Good evening, everyone. We will now get ready to open up our public board meeting. Thank you so much. Okay, so we call the meeting to order, and we thank everyone for coming this evening. It is a privilege to have you come and grace us with your presence today. Also, those that hear us through the media, welcome to you as well. At this time, would you please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Directly after will be the Kids at Hope Treasure Hunters Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As an adult and treasure hunter, I am committed to search for all the talent, skills, and intelligence that exists in children and youth. I believe all children are capable of success, no exceptions. Thank you very much. You may be seated. At this time, we have our students from Fort Pierce Central High School under the direction of their director, Edka Harris, and also their principal is Edridge Gardner. So at this time, would you please begin the special presentation? gracious unto you. Amen. Amen. What a beautiful, beautiful selection. 2 selections. Hold on tight to your dreams, and I believe the title of the other one was May the Lord Shine His Grace Upon You. Thank you, Mr. Harris, for your tremendous gift to direct this choir. Thank you, students. You did a wonderful, wonderful job, and we appreciate any parents who are in the audience. Is there any parents here? Would you please stand at this time? We thank you, parents, for your support. We could not do it without you, and I'm sure you can't do it without us. So we are all a village, and we work together to strengthen our young people. Thank you so much for coming and supporting your students. At this time, we're going to open up our public hearing, and I will now open it up. Okay, this is the proposed adoption to amendments to school board policies 1,000, 3,000, and 4,000, which is the violation of school board policy. Also, we will open it up for policy numbers 1432, 3432, and 4432, which is the absence without leave. And another policy would be number 9800 regarding charter schools. At this time, we ask our superintendent to please give us a recommendation on the adoption of the same.
Madam Chair, I recommend the board adopt the proposed amendments to school board policy numbers 1,000, 3,000, and 4,000. Violation of school board policy, policy numbers 1432, 2432, and 4432. Absence without leave, and policy number 9800, charter schools.
Community and audience, do you have any remarks on any of the public school policies? Would you like to address any of them at this time? All right, seeing none, we will take a, motion and second, please.
Second.
Ms. Hawley, motion, and second, Mr. Ingersoll. At this time, is there discussion from the board on any of the policies? Seeing none and hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? These motions carry 5-0. Dr. Prince, we will now have our special order of business.
Madam Chair, if you would indulge me, a couple of requests. The first request is to move a couple of board items up for expediency. The first is 7.1, and that is our Youth Advisory Council President Alexia Morgan. She has senior night for her soccer team, and I would like to expedite her remarks to the board if it's so is approved by the chair.
Yes, it's approved.
And also, after Alexia goes, we were going to move up 3.3, which is Dr. Ocampo's presentation on the graduation rate release, so that the board, after that presentation, could leave the dais for pictures and we didn't have to be moving back and forth.
That would be fine as well. Ms. Morgan,
Okay?
welcome to the
Hi.
podium.
Good evening, Chairperson Mills, Superintendent Prince, and members of the board. My name is Alexia, and I am heading to a soccer game once again. I'm sorry about that, guys. So, for my Youth Advisory Council report, on December 16th, the Youth Advisory Council convened at Fort Pierce Central High School. School representatives provided concise reports highlighting student activities, academic preparations, and successful events, including fundraisers, spirit weeks, and community engagement initiatives. These reports demonstrated the vibrant and dynamic efforts within our schools to support both academic and extracurricular growth. Our primary discussion centered on future initiatives. The council emphasized expanding career and technical education, CTE opportunities to cater to non-college bound students. Recommendations including hosting biannual CTE nights, introducing additional career-focused courses like construction and real estate, and strengthening partnerships for internships. Alicia Sees, Director of Career and Technical Education, will be joining us for the January meeting to further discuss this. Lastly, the council deliberated on the potential impact of the proposed 2026-2027 school start time changes. Concerns were raised about the transportation, childcare, and scheduling adjustments for extracurricular activities. The council recommended engaging parents and staff through district-wide meetings and SAC discussions to ensure all perspectives are considered. This will be an ongoing discussion amongst council members. The Youth Advisory Council remains committed to fostering collaboration and ensuring students graduate college and career ready. We look forward to continuing these conversations and providing updates in future meetings. Thank you guys for your support. And we're playing Okeechobee tonight. So this is like a district one. You got to be on Centen's side. But it's my senior night, so.
I'm Team Centennial.
We
Yes.
got your back.
Team Centennial.
Thank you guys for having me.
You are so welcome, and thank you for your report. And I want to say, Ms. Morgan, I know your mom, and your mom is very proud of you, and she's done an excellent job with you. Welcome.
And good luck tonight, senior night. All right, at this time, we've got some wonderful news to share. Graduation rates were just released by the state. And Dr. Ocampo, this was a late add to our board agenda with some wonderful news that represents the hard work of many of the school staff members that are in our audience tonight. Dr. Ocampo?
So good afternoon, Madam Chair, school board members, and Superintendent Dr. Prince. Yes, we do have some great news once again. St. Lucie Public Schools is ranked 9th in the state for graduation in 2024. So we're going to go back about a decade and see, how far we've come over the last 10 years. So in this slide, we look at our graduation rates from 2014 all the way to 2024, last year, showing the 10-year historical line graph. So we can see that we have a 94% graduation rate now. In 2021, we did earn a 95% graduation rate. However, that year, the communication and the algebra requirements were removed due to the pandemic. So this is truly a historic year. Even more exciting is that we see that the graduation rate has been at or above 90% for 8 consecutive years. So we now are part of this elite group of only Nassau and St. Johns County. So we're the 3 counties that have had a 90+ graduation rate for those 8 years. So we've had a fantastic run. So as I mentioned, we're one of the 3 districts with a 90%. However, we have some of the challenges that the other members of this group do not have. So as you see in this circle graph, St. Lucie has 2,314 students in the graduation cohort that qualified for free and reduced lunch. The last column indicates the percentage of the graduation cohort that receives free and reduced lunch, which is 58% of our cohort. However, as a district, as you know, we don't make any excuses, and our success is a testament to all of the hard work of our principals and our staff, and of course our students at our high schools. So once again, this is a line graph that goes back the last 10 years, but this is showing our graduation rate rankings. So there are 67 districts in our state, and this line graph shows where we've ranked over the last 10 years from 2014 all the way to 2024, and we are now ranked 9th out of the 67 school districts. Once again, all great news. So I'm going to give you all a second to take a look at the 2024 graduation rates of our high schools, starting with Fort Pierce Central, 97.4%, Fort Pierce Westwood, 96.2%, 100% for both Lincoln Park Academy and Mosaic, Port St. Lucie High, 98.3%, St. Lucie West Centennial, 97.5%, Treasure Coast, 99.5%, and overall, with our traditional schools, St. Lucie Public Schools, with all of our schools, our district, St. Lucie Public Schools, 94.3%. So this is just a comparison of our district over the last 2 years. So you can see that we've increased 2.8%. It's important to note that even though we have a small group of non-graduates, we do continue to focus on those students even after they graduate, with most of the remaining students graduating within 2 years of in this case, 2024. So most of the students will graduate within the next 2 years. Did want to point out and wanted to take a minute to highlight the amazing job that Performance-Based Academy and Art Jameson has done with our students who are above age. So they had an increase in the graduation rate of 19%, which translates into 42 students that are now, that have now graduated, and also the community, which is now benefiting from those additional graduates and entering our workplace with a diploma ready to work. So as we take a deeper dive into the graduation story, we see that when comparing the 22-23 graduation percentage by race, our Hispanic students showed a 2.7% increase. Our Black students increased their graduation rate to 94, which is a 2.9% increase. And our white students increased by 2.7%. So as the equity officer for the district, I'm thrilled to see that the percentages continue to shrink, and there is virtually little gap between our graduations by race. So we can also analyze our graduation ranking by race. Out of the 67 districts in the state, we increased our rankings for Black students from 5th to 2nd in the state. So there was only one other district that beat us, obviously, and that district was Wakulla. Now, interesting enough, that district only has one high school, and they have 34 Black students in the graduation cohort. So in addition, our Hispanic students are ranked 10th, and our white students are also ranked 10th in the state. So when we look at our graduation percentage by category from 2023 to 2024, we see that our economically disadvantaged students increased by 3.4%. Our students with disabilities increased by 0.6%, and our ELL students increased, awesome job, 10.4%. So we could also analyze our graduation ranking by the same categories, this time ranked. So as you can see, we've cracked the top 10 in all 3 categories. So students with disabilities, we are now 9th. The economically disadvantaged, we are 6th in the state. And our ELL students, we are now ranked 7th in the state out of their 67 districts, which goes back to what we said at the beginning of our board meeting, which is all students can learn, no exceptions. So we're going to quickly compare our neighboring counties to see how we're doing in comparison to them. So we can see that we are 2.3% higher than Martin County. And once again, we increased by 2.8% from last year. So once again, fantastic news. Dr. Prince repeatedly says that the graduation rate reflects the health of our school district, and you can see that our health is fantastic based on our percentages and our rankings. Each principal here that's here with us today, we take great pride, or they've taken great pride in bringing them from elementary school to middle to high school, being with them each step of the way, and we're going to celebrate this success together. But right now, what we're going to do is invite our high schools up for pictures, if that's okay.
Yep, I'm going to turn it over. Thank you, Dr. Ocampo. Great work. I'm going to ask Lydia Martin to come on up, and we're going to pivot real quick. But I did want to say a few words about graduation rate in alignment with what you said, Dr. Ocampo. It is really, truly hard work to get kids across the finish line, especially students that have less than a 2.0 GPA, or they're an English speaker. They come into our country speaking another language, and they've got to take a test in English and be proficient on that exam. And they have to pass an algebra exam. In the state of Florida has some of the highest standards for graduation rate, and to be able to have the continued success that we've had over the last 8 consecutive years is simply staggering if you really look at the numbers of where we were compared to where we are now. And I want to say to our high school principals, and not the high school principals, but also their graduation coaches, their teachers, their assistant principals, administrators, deans. I can tell you when it comes to our graduation rate, board members, when you talk to them, and I always go out to the schools and I shoot video of the students talking about who inspired them. And it's not always a principal, AP, or a teacher. It can be a clerk. It can be a food service employee. It could be somebody that's inspiring them to stay in school, get their requirements done, come to that Saturday tutoring session, come after school, show up in the morning. I've had, Nicole Talise walking kids to class, making sure they get there on time. Principals literally grabbing kids off a bus. Dr. Jameson, stand up real quick. So Dr. Jameson at Performance-Based, in fact, all students at Performance-Based are there because they are over age and they don't have many credits. Dr. Jameson has been relentless in making sure those students are getting caught up with their courses at an accelerated rate, and not only that, are getting remediation and improve their graduation by 20%, which quite frankly very directly coincides with our district graduation rate improving by 2.3% or 2.9%. So Art, thank you for all you do, because those kids coming to school, those are kids that are disenfranchised, and encouraging them, and I know you have relationships with each and every one of them, just like the people over here do with the administrators, the APs, the principals, the teachers. So it's a real tribute to all of you. So thank you very much.
And Dr. Prince, before we go down, I'd like to make my own comments here about the incredible increase in graduation rates. It's absolutely phenomenal. And for many who thought because St. Lucie County is one of the poorer counties, they saw no hope in being able to increase those graduation rates. And I want to remind the people that we don't give away graduations. They have to pass these exams. I want to thank everyone here today and within the school district that have made that tremendous difference. And I'm asking our board to please stand and give our principals a standing ovation. I never could do that, but I absolutely love achievement with students, and to the point of working with kids after school for 40 years. I see the children when they come into our after-school program, and I see the work that's being done firsthand. And I just want to thank each and every one. I can go on, but we're going to keep the meeting moving. But to hear 8 consecutive years of over 90-plus graduation, to hear that we're 9th now in a district of 67 districts, to hear that our black students are really number 1 in graduation,
That's right.
as far as I'm concerned. Wow. There is no excuses. Thank you, Dr. Ocampo. Thank you for everyone in the district for making this happen. Thank you, parents. Everyone in the community, after-school programs, we thank you. Everyone has played a part, and I appreciate it. I'm thrilled.
Thank you, Dr. Mills. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Martin, the hostess with the mostest, the Chief of Communications for St. Lucie Public Schools, and she'll call up our high school folks, and if we can get down in front of the dais, we're going to take pictures with our brand new banners with our updated graduation rate. Lydia?
Absolutely, hot off the press. And we will be working from left to right so that can kind of prepare our principals. So first up is Port St. Lucie High School with an overall graduation rate of 98.3%. Principal Nicole Talise and team, congratulations. All right, next up, congratulations, Port St. Lucie High School. Next up, Mosaic Digital Academy with 100%. Principal Zimba's coming forward. Congratulations. Principal of Mosaic Digital Academy, all of her support staff is joining us digitally, of course, and supporting us from afar. All right, congratulations. Next up is Fort Pierce Westwood Academy, Principal David Alfonso and team. All right, congratulations. And now we're actually going to do one with the overall, and we're going to have Art Jamison come forward. His program really supports overall graduation rate in the school district, and we want to recognize him and his program as well. So congratulations. Thank you for your support district-wide. Is Jerry Early here as well? Okay. His school also supports this as well. All right, next up is Lincoln Park. Whoops! Keeping everybody on our toes. Lincoln Park Academy, Dr. Harrington and team, please come forward. $100%. Congratulations. We'll make sure we send it. Okay, Lincoln Park. Make sure we can see everybody. There we go. All right, next up, Fort Pierce Central High School, 97.4%. Looking sharp in their purple blazers. Congratulations, Fort Pierce Central High School. Next up is Treasure Coast High School, 99.5%. Principal Brad Lehman, team. I know Principal Lehman is at a conference out of town, but we have his team representing the school. Congratulations. All right, congratulations. And we have St. Lucie West Centennial High School, 97.5%. Principal Popwell and team. Your dresses are so cute. I love the dresses. Congratulations to all of those schools and their teams. Next up, for our special order of business, I'd like to invite Heather Rowland, Executive Director of Exceptional Student Education and Student Services, who will share our next special order.
Good evening, Chairman, Dr. Mills, Vice Chairman, Mr. Ingersoll, members of the board, and Superintendent Dr. Prince. It's an honor to introduce Lieutenant Adam Zaccaro with St. Lucie County Firefighters Benevolent Association. Adam and his team have generously committed to donating $5,000 again this year, second year in a row, to support classrooms specifically designed for students with autism. These funds will go directly to classroom teachers to purchase incentives and supplemental materials for their students. On behalf of St. Lucie Public Schools, we thank you, Adam, and your entire team for contributing to our students. We're confident that the partnership will continue between St. Lucie Public Schools and St. Lucie County Firefighters Association, and we thank you and know that this will make a lasting impact on our students. Adam, do you have a few words to share this evening?
Sure. Thank you for having me again this year, and thanks for allowing us to have this partnership with you. We're excited about it. St. Lucie County Firefighters and the St. Lucie County Fire District are firsthand, hands-on to support autism awareness and acceptance in our community. We've really accepted the plight, and we make sure we are out there all year trying to do it. We back our Surfers for Autism program, which is really a great program. We bring 20 to 40 kids a weekend, May through September, and it's the power of saltwater therapy, which is really incredible if you read about it. For these kids on the spectrum, the buoyancy, the salinity, the pressure on the body, and then just the group that's out there is an inclusive group. It's really a great experience, a great family that we've grown out there. So I extend my invitation for everybody to come out and volunteer. Look for us May through September. And the byproduct is these kids learn how to surf, which is really an incredible feeling. I'm not sure if you ever rode a wave, but it's really something they could take throughout their life. They're not the team sports kids, so this is an individual sport that they could use the rest of their lives anywhere they go, as long as there's an ocean. We've, again, donated this money this year. We're excited about that. We support the Duns Kids Foundation in St. Lucie County, so everything we do, you could come out and see exactly where the money's going and what we're doing in our county. But again, thanks for having me, and we love our partnership for many years to come. We'd love to keep donating this money and bring more every year. But thanks again.
this time I'd like to invite Esther Rivera, Director of Student Services, to share with us the December Aim for 100 schools.
Good evening, Chairwoman Dr. Mills, board members, and Superintendent Dr. Prince. St. Lucie Public Schools has worked diligently and strategically to increase student attendance at our school sites. Many schools have implemented interventions and positive initiatives to encourage attendance. The district's attendance team has created an aim for 100 that recognizes schools that have gone above and beyond to promote positive attendance practices. For the month of November 2024, 4 schools will be recognized for attaining the highest growth in daily attendance rates. Each of these schools has truly embraced a culture of ensuring our students attend school. Principals, when I call your name, can you please come up with your attendance teams? White City Elementary School. Northport K-8 School. Dan McCarty Middle School. And last but certainly not least, Performance-Based Preparatory School. Congratulations, schools.
All right, congratulations. And we have one final special order of business, and that is our one and only star recipient for this month, and that is Brianne Slocum from Lincoln Park Academy and Lake Winch Arts teacher. If she can come forward. And she was nominated by student Lillian O'Neill, and Lillian in her nomination stated, "Ms. Slocum is one of the best teachers I've ever had in my school career. She has built my confidence in English in general and boosted my confidence in test taking as well. At the beginning of 9th grade, I remember how much I learned in just 1 week of being in her class, and since then I've grown to like English a lot more. The way Ms. Slocum constructs her classes keeps me engaged and makes me want to learn. The techniques she used helped me and my class to prepare for the final state test, seemed to help me with better test-taking skills across the board. Overall, I believe she is an incredible teacher and plays an important role not only in my education, but for all of the students she has at LPA. So congratulations." Right, and that concludes our special orders of business for this evening.
Wow, what a special night here. I'm thrilled with St. Lucie County Schools. I truly am. Anybody ever talk about any of you, let me know. I'll give them a word or two. Okay, at this time, we need the EASL report. Is Mr. Freeman here? Okay, Mr. Freeman is not here, so we're going to move on. Oh, Ms. Vickers did say she would not be here today, so there will be no CWA report. And now we will move right to our consent agenda, the adoption of the consent agenda. I will entertain a motion and a second to adopt that agenda. So moved, Mr. Ingersoll. Second, Ms. Hawley. Superintendent, may we have your recommendations?
I recommend the board approve the consent agenda as submitted.
Superintendent has recommended the board approve the consent agenda. I will entertain a motion and a second. So moved. Second? Second, okay. We have a motion and we have a second. Any discussion on any of the different items that is presented before you, board?
Madam Chair, no discussion but, necessarily, but what I would like to do is to read off all the things that we are given the superintendent consent for. And yes, I know it's on the website, and I know that you put it on the agenda, but this is for our parents who don't have access, I think, to the website, or grandparents who don't have the apps, who don't know how to use. I think that we should at least say what's on the agenda, what we're giving consent for.
Well, there is quite a bit on the agenda, Ms. Richardson.
Well, we are not going, I'm just going to list them one by one. We're not going to read everything on the agenda.
We will do it quickly, Ms. Richardson.
Thank you. So 9.1 is payment of November bills 2024. 9.2 is the monthly financial reports for November 2024. 9.3 is the Max Davis Associate Lease Agreements for various schools, the Superintendent's Office, and the Maintenance Department. 10.1 is disposals, declaration of surplus property, damaged, broken, lost, and obsolete. 11 is the educational plant spot survey for city and St. Lucie Public Schools land exchange. 11.2 is the City of Port St. Lucie utility easement for Legacy High School. 11.3, amendment to Western Grove Education Impact Fee Credit Agreement. 12.1 is the Human Resource Actions. And 13, and that's it, actually.
Okay, is there any more discussion on this? Okay, at this time, we will move for a vote. May I have a motion, please? So moved,
Second.
Mr. Ingersoll, second by Ms. Arissa. Did I say that right?
Close enough.
Arissa, okay. All right, at this time, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Superintendent, Dr. Prince, may we have your staff reports and your report, please?
Yes, Madam Chair. First of all, we have some new senior leaders to introduce to the board and to the public today. I'm very, very pleased. First of all, to introduce Mr. Matthew Weber, who is our new Director of Maintenance, Building Services, and Projects. Matt, congratulations. Can you please come before us and address the board?
Superintendent Prince, Madam Chairperson, board members, I am deeply honored to step into the role of Director of Facilities for St. Lucie Schools. I want to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to those who have guided, mentored, and supported me during my 9 years with the district. Being part of an organization that has achieved remarkable growth and success has been incredibly rewarding. Together, we've risen from 44th in the state for graduation rates to 9th, and I am confident that we will soon celebrate becoming an A-rated district. I would also like to thank my wife and 3 boys for their unwavering support. I apologize for a little bit of the background noise tonight. I got my 2-year-old here. Whether I was responding to water main breaks on the weekend, a power outage in the middle of the night, or simply scheduling projects during the holidays, their understanding and encouragement have always allowed me to dedicate myself fully to the needs of our schools and community. As I take on this role, I want to emphasize that our facilities team is deeply committed to exceptional customer service. Our mission is to provide premier educational facilities that support the district's vision and mission. Together, we will ensure that our schools continue to be places where students, staff, and families thrive. Thank you for your confidence in me, and I am honored to contribute to the success of our schools and the community in this capacity.
Thank you, Matt, and congratulations. I just, want to share with the board, very quickly, what Matt's responsibilities are, and that's with making sure that all of our buildings, all of our new construction is done on time. The maintenance of our current existing buildings, we continue to have first-class facilities for our teachers and our students and our staff members, and also emergency response. When everything and anything goes bad, that water main breaks at 2 a.m. and we have to deploy staff, Matt is the first person that gets called. So I want to congratulate Matt. You've earned this opportunity. I'm so happy for you. And congratulations. I'm so happy to see your family here. And the little one, even if they're a little lively, Matt, that's okay. We're just so happy. We're a family organization, Mr. Weber. So we welcome the family. The second new senior leader that I'd like to introduce is for our principal ranks. I always say that we are a destination district, and I just want to remind the board that that is a direct reflection of the leadership of the board. When you have a good board that supports student achievement, supports the work that we do in our schools, it makes it an attractive destination for people to come and work with us, whether you're a teacher, food service member, bus driver, clerk, or a principal. And I'm so happy to introduce Ebony Jarrett, the new principal of Savannah Ridge, coming from us from a principalship in Martin County.
Good evening. What an exciting night to be here. Madam Chair, Vice Chair, board members, and Superintendent Prince. My name is Ebony Jarrett, and I am humbled, honored, and grateful to be joining St. Lucie County Schools as the next principal of Savannah Ridge Elementary. I don't see the principalship as a job, but as an opportunity, and more importantly, a responsibility to serve my community. I am standing here today because of the educators who dedicated their lives to public education. They changed the trajectory of my life forever, and I look forward to positively impacting student lives as I lead the faculty and staff at Savannah Ridge. While transitioning mid-year can be challenging, the support I have received has been truly, truly amazing. When I start full-time next week, I will certainly hit the ground running. I would like to extend a special thank you to Dr. Summers and Ms. Willard, who have been welcoming, kind, and gracious during this transition. I've also had the opportunity to meet the staff and work with the outgoing principal, Mr. Bonsignor. He has truly done a fabulous job creating a culture that is focused on results and positive learning outcomes for all students. Please know that I have a profound passion and commitment to fostering an inclusive and supportive environment for students and teachers. I look forward to working with all of you and continuing the legacy of excellence for which St. Lucie County is known. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Jarrett. Just wanted to add, and I know the principals are going to get to know, Ebony in the coming weeks and months ahead, but just like a principal, we interview folks and we meet them, and when you've got a teacher applying for a job and they walk in and you don't know what it is, but they just have that it factor, and it's like the minute you start talking to them, it's like, I want to hire this person. Ebony, you had that, you had me at hello, Ebony. Yes. It took a little longer than hello. But Ebony was just absolutely jaw-dropping in her knowledge, her experience, the things that we talk about with culture and how important teacher supports are, relationships, parent relationships, everything that you would want to hear, we heard from her, and not just that. You know, you do background checks on reputation, and I can tell you they are very, very sad to see you go. So sad, in fact, that they called a principal meeting. So I just want to let you know we're very, very grateful to have you. Congratulations and welcome to St. Lucie Public Schools. But we're going to do the quick pivot. We've got some very important, it is Celebration Week for Martin Luther King Week. I want to thank our principals and our senior leadership. They've been to many of the activities. We do have some activities coming up later this week. You do have the, want to remind board members, you have that pamphlet. You have one to take home that you got last time. This is the one to keep in your car, because we always need, when we're going from place to place, something to make sure we keep track of what the events are. I'd also like to remind the board members that our grand parade is Monday. Our board secretary, Jennifer Lincoln, sent out some instructions for the parade and the board members, and I just want to remind them to be looking for that email that went out earlier today. We have the Commissioner's Academic Challenge on January 17th at 9 a.m. in the boardroom, and I believe our hostess with the mostest is once again Lydia Martin, who's going to be doing the game show, and that is a competition with our high school students where they're going to be competing to move on to regionals. The Magnet School Expo is January 22nd at 5:30 in the boardroom. The HBCU HIS College Fair is January 23rd. That is a big event, board members, where we'll be having literally hundreds, possibly thousands, of students coming through and getting an opportunity to apply and be offered scholarships on the spot. So I would encourage our board members, if you get a chance, to come and see that and engage with our students and how really, truly impressive they are. They come prepared and ready to go. And I believe it's the first time we've done it here. We normally do it in the Finn Center, but we've had so many successful events where we use all 3 floors that we decided to use this venue. Night of the Stars, we've got the Party Patrol that is going to be going around Thursday, board members. You received that information of where we're going to be at. Shh, it's a secret, but that's going to be February 1st for our finalists. And then just want to remind you also, lastly, for the February 1st with the Night of the Stars, we have the reception at 5 o'clock, the ceremonies at 6 o'clock at LPA, but remember that we hang back for pictures afterwards. So just a reminder that right after the ceremony is concluded, we're going to be doing pictures very quickly, so please don't take off. All right. And that concludes my remarks, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prince. Attorney report, Attorney Cole?
Nothing to report.
Okay, and we're moving right along to board members' reports and action items. We'll first deal with the action items. Okay, 19.1 is the approval of the board members' out-of-district travel request to attend the FSBA School Finance Forum, which is February the 5th through February the 7th. It will be held in Gainesville, Florida, and we do have a board member that is requesting to attend that particular training session. And so at this time, and that is Ms. Arison, she will be attending in Gainesville. So I need the approval. I need a motion
So
and a
moved.
second to confirm. Mr. Ingersoll has moved. Ms. Hawley has seconded. And she will travel on those dates that has been mentioned. And we wish you well and safe travels. Ms. Arison,
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
thank you. Okay, so
We didn't vote on it.
we got to vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Now, we will move to the informational reports. regarding the different charter schools' finances. Florida statute says that we do not have to vote on this, so we will, at this time, just look over all the finances for that. Board members' reports, I believe let me make sure. Okay. Board members' reports, starting with Mr. Ingersoll.
Yes, ma'am. We just voted on Mr. Aronson going to Gainesville for financial education with FSBA, and I just appreciate you doing that. I think as new board members across the state of Florida, whoever gets elected, it's very important that they educate themselves in governance, finance, and there's like 5 areas, and it takes a lot to do that. It takes a couple of days out of your week, and I know that you're going to have to go 4 or 5 times, but thank you for doing that. It shows dedication not only to the board, but also to the community, that they can hear that you're taking time to better yourself.
Thank you. I'm happy to do it. I've made a vow to get certified, and I will follow
That was one of
through
the
with
questions when you ran. I said, are you going to be willing to do this?
I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
It is time-consuming, but I am going to do it, and I think it's important.
And also a background for you too is you're involved in many government agencies, so you know a lot of this stuff already, but it's still always good to hear it and make sure you're up to date on the law. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you, Mr. Ingersoll. Ms. Hawley. Thank you, Ms. Hawley. Ms. Teresa?
No report?
Thank you, Ms. Teresa. Ms. Jennifer?
So very much. Thank you, everybody, for being here and, listening to and celebrating with us. I hope you all had a restful and peaceful, enjoyable holiday season. Welcome back, and thank you again for being here. I want to express my deep appreciation for our principals and vice principals. I recognize the heavy responsibility you carry, and I value your dedication. I would also like to personally welcome Miss Ebony Jarrett as the new principal of Savannah Ridge. Welcome. Mr. Weber, congratulations to your new position. I would also like to extend my best wishes to Principal Bonsignor. Thank you for your service to our students and community, and I wish you was here, great success in your future endeavors. While we take pride in attracting talent from other counties, we need to consider the precedent set by Dr. Prince's hiring. As they say, the speed of the boss is the speed of the crew. Look at successful organizations like Google, Costco, Adobe. They are multi-million-dollar companies whose core philosophy is promoting from within. They invest in grooming talent to align with their business model. We must similarly balance external recruitment with internal development, demonstrating our commitment to developing our own principals and assistant principals and staff members. Consider, when I think about Mrs. Martha Vickers, who has served our district for over 47 years because of her love for our students, community, and her profession. This exemplifies the dedication we want to retain and nurture. To our principals, please continue mentoring your assistant principals as true leaders create more leaders. With potential principal openings position in June for the next school year, I urge the district to begin preparing our assistant principals for this new role, or these new roles. We have exceptional talent within our district, and many of our aspiring assistant principals already being mentored by our outstanding principals deserve consideration for advancements. I want to specifically acknowledge our principals and assistant principals who are in the trenches working tirelessly to fulfill their many responsibilities. I don't know if we have any assistant principals here, but I want to tell you and how much I appreciate you and how it's an honor to serve with you. And of course, to our principals, it's because of you and, well, let me start with you. Why our graduation rates, we were able to celebrate these graduation rates today. It's your hard work, it's your dedication, but it's the support of your assistant principals also. And the staff, like superintendent said, the bus drivers, the cafeteria staff, or paraprofessionals, everybody, as the chairman says, it's the village that makes these figures, these data, these numbers possible. So I would just like to appreciate you and say how much I thank you. And again, Mrs. Jarrett, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Richardson. We do not have any unscheduled speakers that I know of. I haven't gotten any sheets, so I don't think we have any. So at this time, we are adjourned.